Hi, I'm Dylan. So, I guess I'm starting this diary, social commentary, vlog, whatever you want to call it, um, for months. I've been doing research um, about the social landscape of America, what it is, what it used to be, and what happened to cause it. And I've been looking into um, a lot of different factors, social factors, economic factors. A lot of it's economic. I mean, most of the issues, it all stems from economics. I mean, that's money. That's what causes anybody, really, any sort of grievance or causes any major transitions is economic differences. You can see it throughout history. But so the reason I finally decided to do this, I was actually having a conversation with my wife, and I was complaining a lot. And my wife is an immigrant; she doesn't know a lot about American politics or social issues, and she doesn't care. She just gets up and goes to work, and I do that too. But it's really starting to bug me, everything that's going on, mostly because of all of the research and the reading that I've been doing over the last almost a year now. And I felt compelled to make this video, mostly because one of the biggest issues that Mr. Andrew Breitbart, someone that I've come to look up to a little bit as an idol, well, maybe not an idol, as a guide, I guess I can say. He would say that the biggest issue that he has with what's going on in America is how the conservatives act, and he blames conservatives a lot for what's going on. Obviously, I consider myself more of a conservative. I lean very much that way. Um, at the end of the day, if something makes sense, it makes sense. If it doesn't. But from what I can find, conservative ideals, conservative values, and especially conservative fiscal policies tend to make more sense than anything else. And he says one of the biggest issues is, and I was always scared. Even before I made this video right now, I was afraid that somebody would walk by and hear the things that I was saying. And I realized I'm too compelled at this point, and I got to take a page out of Andrew Breitbart's book, and I can't be scared to voice my opinion anymore. That was one of the big things. That's one of the major issues you have with the conservative community. Obviously, one of the big issues he has with the liberal community, because it's true. If you're conservative and you voice your ideals, oh my God, it's everything: racist, sexist, homophobe, Islamophobe. It's always some sort of phobia. It's some sort of ism. It's some sort of groups being pitted against each other, and it doesn't make any sense. What happened to America? What happened to being American? I love this country so much. Obviously, my wife, I do anything for my wife. But there's nothing that I love more than America and the concept of freedom and liberty and the ability to build something from yourself out of nothing. Those are the kind of values that this country was founded on, and they're going out the window. And it's been happening for decades. And so many people are not only denying it, but they're perpetrating it. And they're doing it out of this false sense of victimhood and claiming the necessity for some sort of justice for wrongs that were never even committed against them. And even then, uh, either rectified or in the process of becoming rectified. Look at any major historical economic documentation of this country, and you'll know that there is no long term lasting effect of any significant transgression that has transpired between any group at any time during American history. And these policies that come from it, they don't fix the issue. They don't. So I had to start this vlog because I'm getting too pent up, and it's honestly distracting. It's distracting me from work. It's distracting me from my training. It's distracting me from everything. So I gotta have an outlet where I can let it out. So this is where I'm gonna let it out. If you're watching this and you like it, hey, thumbs up. Subscribe. I have no intention of any of that. This is just something that I'm putting out there just so I can honestly get some things off my chest. Kind of, I guess, my therapy session. You guys are my therapists. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm actually kind of on a chair slash half sofa thing right now anyway. So it's just breaking my heart. I'm bleeding out because it's so sad to see the greatest country on the planet being reduced to what it is now and what it is becoming. Political correctness is more important than prosperity and opportunity. Morality is more important than results and actual outcome and what actually can benefit the American people. It's complete malarkey, and it is just tearing me up inside because if you do come out and you do say the truth and you do try to go against what academia on all levels are purporting into the minds of our children, I don't even want to send my boys to college. God knows what kind of crap they're going to be taught there, what kind of nonsense is going to be put in their head. And anybody that speaks out against it is vilified. It's vilified. They're just completely torn apart. And if they have a public presence, character assassination, character demolition, your reputation becomes destroyed. If you own a business, they boycott your business. They take food off your table. They take away your livelihood just because you had a difference in political opinion. These people, hardcore all the way on the very, very left, they talk about fighting fascism. This is exactly what fascism is. It's groupthink to the extreme of violence and detriment to others. Fascism is the ideology of the state over the individual. No individuality. And resorting to violence to make sure those policies deriving from that thought process come into fruition. This is exactly what's happening on the very left. Milo Yiannopoulos at UC Berkeley. I'm not a Milo Yiannopoulos fan. I was at the beginning. But this guy, he's way on the fringe. But anyways, what I will defend is his undeniable right to voice his opinion and engage in conversation and debate. And what did UC Berkeley do when he was trying to express that right, exercise that right? They destroyed their own campus. They spray painted, fuck Trump, fuck Milo, kill Trump. They destroyed the barriers. They broke all the windows. They shot fireworks at the buildings. They completely trashed their own campus to deny someone the ability to exercise their right to free speech simply because they disagreed with him. The event had to be canceled and Milo had to be evacuated. But conservatives are bullies. But conservatives are trying to take away rights. Conservatives are racist and sexist. Conservatism is the idea of true freedom and individual liberty. And that's why the left doesn't like it. Because they lean towards the fascist side. The state over the individual. Conservatism is the opposite, the individual over the state. The more state you have, the less individual you have. And we can't have that. America was founded on individual freedom and liberty. You can come to this country, you can make the right sacrifices, you can put in the work, and you can have whatever kind of life you want. No other country on the planet can give you what this country can give you. I am 100% proud to be an American. I love this country. The only thing I love more than this country is my wife. I'd do absolutely anything for that woman. But that aside, there is nothing I love more in this world than my country. America is the greatest country on the planet. And it's going to morons. Complete and utter morons. If you ask them to back up what they are stating, they have zero evidence to bring to the table. Zero. They cannot cite one source. They cannot bring up one single incident that supports their argument. And then they start throwing out buzzwords. Oh, well, you're racist and you're sexist and you're fascist and you're this and you're that. They accuse you of what they're doing. And the worst thing is, these people are buying into it. These morons. I know, don't get me wrong, it used to be that way. I was in college, and when I graduated, I was liberal and I was hardcore, and I hated business and I hated corporations, and the government needed to solve all our problems and yada, yada, yada. And then I got a job, and then I started working, and then I got a family, and then I started reading, and then I started researching, and then I started paying attention. These morons are leeching into our system, and they're leeching off of the system. And these morons are teaching other morons how to be morons. And then these morons are running our schools, and they're teaching our kids, and they're organizing our communities, and they're printing and advertising propaganda. And the worst part about it is, if you say one word in opposition to these people, you're destroyed. You are absolutely destroyed. They take away your life. They take away your reputation. They take away your job. They take away your business. So I couldn't let it slide anymore. Consider this an introduction to my vlog series. That was just a broad overview of the kind of things I'm going to be touching on. It's going to be a lot of controversial, I guess, content you could say. But I cannot sit by and let what's happening keep happening. I can't. As an American, I don't know. I guess it's because I'm part of. I've been labeled as the victimizer. I'm the bad guy. There are people that say that America would be better off if I was dead and extinct. They literally say that, and it blows my mind. And they talk about the concept of white privilege. Where was my white privilege when I was growing up with a drug-addicted father and an enabling mother? When I had to work multiple jobs and help put myself through college? When I graduated unemployed, struggling looking for work? When in 2 years I worked my way up to being the #1 producer and lead regional manager, one of the lead regional managers in the company that I work for. Worked, earned it. 12 to 14 hour days, 6 to 7 days a week. Worrying about whether or not I was going to be able to provide enough and help enough with my wife and kids. Constant stress, anxiety, and every now and then depression. But thank God for white privilege. My life really would have been hard if it weren't for that. So anyways, I'm rambling now. So that's an overview. This is welcome to my vlog. In honor of the late great Andrew Breitbart. Shh, I'm on the team.